Hello and welcome to the Soulmate Seekers Love Coach podcast, where we talk about everything from how to be sure you're ready to meet your soulmate to how to nurture and repair your relationship with your current soulmate. I'm your host, Shari, and I'm the Soulmate Seekers Love Coach. I was in my 30s when I realized I deserved better than the jerks I dated. I also realized that I had been the one to teach those jerks they could treat me so poorly. Today, I specialize in helping women and men prepare themselves for receiving their soulmate connection and nurturing that happy and healthy relationship. Today's topic discusses the difference between twin flame connections and soulmate connections. Both twin flame and soulmate connections can come in nearly any form in your life. These connections may be to friends, family, or lovers. The important thing to understand about twin flame and soulmate connections is how these two types of connections differ from one another and how you're affected by them. From my perspective, a twin flame connection often ends up being a negative connection. While you and your twin flame are connected, you're both working on healing, something that can mean heightened emotions and outbursts. I always think of the Eminem and Rihanna song, Love the Way You Lie, when I think of twin flames. Even the imagery in the video for this song is evocative of a twin flame connection, where one partner is abusive and the other provokes them into being abusive so they can have the argument and start the healing. A twin flame is someone with whom you share karmic or energetic trauma. They may feel familiar to you, but this is just the curse of that shared trauma. Very often, one of you is a little farther down the recovery road than the other, and this can lead to the one who is behind clinging to the one making progress for support. This dependence can lead to destructive and codependent behavior on the part of both partners. If you've ever had a partner and you knew you shared trauma with them, such as an addiction, think about that connection. Did one or both of you use that shared trauma as an excuse not to heal? Or did one or both of you ever sabotage the other's recovery? That was a twin flame connection, and I hope you found your way out of it. This is not to say that all twin flame connections are negative. Sometimes you connect with a twin flame and the two of you find your way through healing the shared trauma together. However, when this happens, you find the relationship with that twin flame will fade away. Once you no longer have that shared trauma, there's little to keep you together. For a clear statement of the definition of a twin flame, please understand a twin flame is someone with whom you share karmic or energetic trauma, who feels familiar because you've shared that trauma, and is likely either ahead or behind of you when it comes to healing that trauma. And often you'll find the connection fades once one or both of you is healed. Think back over your relationships. Do you see any twin flames there? I have one that truly broke my heart only recently. I was best friends with a woman for about 13 years. We met when we were dating the same man, and that should have been a screaming red flag, but wasn't. Whatever trauma we shared, I healed from it over the years, but she did not. When she bailed on my wedding in October of 2020, without a word of warning or apology, I gave up. Someone I had once called a soulmate, I now understood to be a twin flame I'd outgrown. I cut ties, and while I still get sad thinking of the lost friendship, I know I'm healthier and ultimately happier without her. If you're in a twin flame relationship now, think about the trauma you're healing and whether or not you're both engaged in the process. If not, have you healed enough to leave or learned enough about yourself to invest further in the healing with your partner? If your answer is no to both questions, it's time to release that connection and move forward. If you're having trouble letting go of a toxic twin flame connection, I offer a reading that might help you make the choice. You can book this reading with me using the link in the description of this episode. Soulmates are very different from twin flames. A soulmate is someone whose energy is vibrationally aligned with yours. These are the people who come into your life with a sense of having already been there. You'll find you agree on many values and beliefs, and you're stronger together than you are apart. Soulmates often become close friends and long-term lovers. The people you think of first when you need support and love are soulmates. Soulmate connections tend to be fairly healthy connections unless you are both in such a low vibration energy state that you simply drag one another further into that pit of negativity. If you do find yourself connecting to people in this low vibe energy state, the best thing you can do is recognize the state as what it is and break the connection with that person. It won't be easy, especially if you've been connected for any length of time, but it will make both your lives better in the long run. I can think of a few relationships like this in my life, and I know I felt 100% better when I ended them. There is no need to label every relationship you have as either a twin flame or a soulmate, because they won't all be one or the other. You may also have karmic connection relationships and past life connection relationships throughout your life. The important thing to remember from this discussion is that soulmate relationships are, and should be, easy. These are the connections that feel like being held in love all the time, even if you aren't in a romantic relationship with your soulmate. If your relationship is always contentious, if you always fight and face crisis after crisis with one another, that person isn't your soulmate, no matter how much you might wish they were. If they are a toxic twin flame connection, nothing you do or say will save the relationship for the long term. Only healing the trauma or leaving without healing and staying committed to the separation with that partner will break the connection. If you're not sure if your current relationship is a twin flame or soulmate, I offer a twin flame or soulmate reading to help you know if you're connected with this partner to heal trauma or because your energy is vibrationally aligned. You can book this reading with me using the link in the description of this episode. Are you ready to meet your soulmate? I've created a quiz to help you determine if you're in that place and ready to meet your soulmate. I'd love if you would take the quiz so that I can help you understand where you are and how to get to where you want to be. The link is in the description to this episode. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the Soulmate Seekers Love Coach podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That way you won't miss any of our episodes or bonuses. If you like what you hear in this podcast and you're interested in working with me, no matter what part of your soulmate journey you're on, you can find ways to connect with me on my website at soulmateseekerslovecoach.com. Click on Work with Me to see the ways you can connect, the coaching packages I offer, and the readings you can get on your soulmate journey. The link is in the description of this episode, and I hope to connect with you very soon. I believe everyone is on a soulmate journey until they find their soulmate in the right time and place for you both to come together in a happy and healthy relationship. I also believe there's a path you can follow in order to prepare yourself energetically and emotionally to receive your soulmate when the time comes. I have created the Soulmate Journey coaching program to help you with this path. The first part of the journey is enrolling now. This first part, preparation, is a 6-week one-on-one program that will help you prepare yourself to receive your soulmate. It addresses how to know if you're ready for a relationship and how to get ready if you're not. Self-care, what it is and why it's important to your relationships. Defining your perfect partner. Defining and expressing your wants, needs, and expectations. Relationship spring cleaning to clear your energy. And what to do to move on to the next milestone in the soulmate journey. If you're interested in beginning your soulmate journey prepared and ready to receive your soulmate, I hope you'll consider enrolling in the program with me. You can read more about the soulmate journey and enroll using the link in the description of this episode or by going to my website, soulmateseekerslovecoach.com, and clicking on the soulmate journey link at the top. I look forward to connecting with you and helping you be your most prepared and ready for your soulmate. The best way to connect with me, especially if you have questions or comments on the show, is through my website. You can, however, also find me on Facebook. Just look for the Soulmate Seekers Love Coach or use the links in the description to go directly to my page and the free and open community I host on Facebook. Inside the Soulmate Seekers Facebook group, you'll get direct access to me, have a community of like-minded people, each in their own place on their soulmate journey, who can help you with your questions about the journey, yourself, and your soulmate. I'd love to have you join us there and hope to see you soon.